One of the beautiful things about Global Dokkan is its foresight. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a Global versus JP debate, but for those of you that don't think foresight is valuable, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I'm going to show you everything that's going to be releasing on Global Dokkan before 2024 arrives, which means that you officially know what's dropping, which also means that you have the ability to save, something that JP Dokkan doesn't really have access to at all, actually. So even if you don't know the exact day that it's releasing, you still know it's coming in the future, which means every single Dragon Stone you spend is, every single Dragon Stone you save until then is taking advantage of Global Dokkan's foresight. Let's go ahead and take a look at like the schedule for the rest of the year, starting off with the worldwide celebration. I'm actually recording this before we even know what the theme is, but it really shouldn't matter regardless. The worldwide celebration takes place at the end of August, and it bleeds into the beginning of October. So that is the timeline for the worldwide celebration. The question is, what actually happens after that? So let's go ahead and hop into this. I'm going to show you everything that Global Dokkan is still missing, and then I'm going to piece it all together as best as I can, okay? So right now from JP, Global Dokkan is missing the Dokkan Festival Turles and its Part 2 banner. We are missing the Tech Trunks character, as well as the Part 2 waifu banner, if you will. We're also missing the Tanabata LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We're missing heroes. I wouldn't say we're missing heroes, but heroes is still in the timeline, right? That both Global and JP Dokkan share. And then after that, we are missing the Tanabata banner. And then lastly, we're missing the New Year's Step Up banner. Let's go ahead and piece everything together, starting off with what actually happens after the worldwide celebration. I'll tell you now, it's very likely to be Turles as well as this Part 2 LR Goku. Now, you could argue this and say, you know what, it's going to be this Trunks and the Part 2 banner of the waifu banner, which is, it's definitely possible, right? That's actually how it happened last year. Last year, we had this Tech Pan. She was a July Dokkan Fest who dropped in October, and this Trunks is a July Dokkan Fest who can definitely drop in October. The reason why I don't think he will is because last year was an exception. Last year, we actually had the Dragon Ball Heroes celebration, right? And there's actually a dual Dokkan Festival that we got at the end of October. So no way they were going to drop a Dokkan Fest, a Part 2 LR, and then a dual Dokkan Festival at the end of the month. It was just too much. It's a lot better to do just one Dokkan Festival character release, a random Part 2, banner, and then a dual Dokkan Festival banner. It's a lot better to do that because the year before that, it was actually the year before that, it was the May Dokkan Festival who had a Part 2 who dropped in October. That's the same exact deal we have with Turles here. He is the May Dokkan Festival who has a Part 2. There is no superhero collaboration this year, so I think Turles will be the Dokkan Fest in October, which means that the Part 2 LR should be, in fact, this Part 2 LR Goku right here. And that should pretty much take the entire month of October. So now the question becomes, okay, well, what in the heck is dropping in December? And again, this is where the celebration can take any turn. I mean, we pretty much have this solidified, right? So let's move into this. So this is where, again, the celebration can really twist and turn. And the reason, let me actually drag this over to Trunks since they're related. And then let me drag this over to this banner because these two are related as well, just to keep things nice and neat. So after Turles and Goku, many things can happen. They could easily drop Trunks and this banner right here, or we can have our usual Tanabata celebration, if you will. Now there's evidence to both of these things happening. Last year we had the Tanabata LR drop at the end of November. And the reason why this happened is, again, all the scheduling issues with the worldwide, with the Dragon Ball Super Superhero collaboration. We usually receive these, Tanabata LRs, usually to the closer to the beginning of November, and proof of that is here with this Tanabata LR. Goku and Vegeta who fuse into Gogeta. They were the Tanabata release, and they actually dropped in October. So when you factor in this release, I mean, it's actually, again, it's either or, right? They can drop Trunks in November. I don't think they will. What I think will actually happen is they're going to drop Super Saiyan 4 Goku, during this, during the month of November as the Tanabata LR. And then I guess you can argue part 2 will be, did I pull up that banner or did I not pull up that banner? I probably didn't, right? Yeah, I probably didn't. So usually in November, they'll have like a weird, legendary summon part 2. No actual new character, just like a random part 2 banner with some random already existing LRs, as like a to work as a part 2. And then that's when Dragon Ball Heroes, where's Dragon Ball Heroes? That's when Dragon Ball Heroes actually releases. So in the month of November, we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku, random part 2 banner, and then boom, the Dragon Ball Heroes celebration, which leaves us with Tech Trunks late November, early December, and then this banner dropping mid-ish December, and then we have this banner dropping on Christmas, which is when it always drops, and then we have the New Year step-up banner that happens at the end of the year. That is what I believe the schedule is going to look like. Again, it's definitely possible that it changes. One thing I do want to check really quick, just to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything, I would love to pull up really quickly all of JP's campaigns. So we're currently in the Trunks celebration, which is cool, but I would actually appreciate if I went to all of JP's campaigns. Let's go to Tanabata just to make sure. Yeah, here it is. It's LR Omega. How could I forget LR Omega? I was like, dude, I feel like I'm missing a character here. And yeah, LR Omega is the part 2 LR. And this guy, because of Global Dokkan scheduling, this is the LR that usually gets shafted, right? LR Physical Janemba did not drop for a very long time, all the way in January, and that is like the normal timeline for Global Dokkan. I mean, this Carnival Omega can easily drop in January because of everything I already mentioned here. But again, we'll have to see. The reason why I don't see them dropping this Carnival LR in the month of November, like I just mentioned, is because remember, we're getting LR, we're getting 6 new characters within Heroes. So 5 to 6 new characters. So to get 5 to 6 new characters plus an LR, a Tanabata LR at that, plus a Carnival LR in the same month, it's just going to be too much. So that's why, LR Physical Janemba got shafted 2 years ago. It's because there was already so much happening in November that for them to just add another Carnival banner, it's like there's just too much going on, especially with Christmas coming up. It's like, no. So Turles, Part 2 Goku, I see this Goku dropping early November. Again, he could drop late November. It's perfect. We could easily see this, right? November could easily be this. Easily be this. Let me pull this up here. November could easily be Trunks, Part 2-ish kind of little thing banner, with, I don't know why I said banner like that, but, Trunks, this Part 2 banner. We have the Heroes banner. And then end of November throughout December could be this Goku. We have the, let's pull it up here. We have the Part 2 Carnival Omega. And then we have this Tanabata banner. And then New Year step up. The only issue with this is that last year, Global Dokkan shared the dual Dokkan Festival that JP usually gets towards the end of December. If that's the case, there's no way we're getting Carnival Omega, because imagine, in December, we have this banner, this banner, this banner, this banner, and the dual Dokkan Festival not happening. So, yeah, this is definitely one potential outline, one potential timeline. But the one that I think is slightly more likely, again, both are equal. Like I'm saying in this video, both are equally as likely. I just think it's going to be this way. Let me pull this back over here. Let me delete. I think Carnival Omega will get shafted into the month of January, unfortunately. I think it'll be Goku, random Part 2 LR banner, Heroes, then Trunks, this banner, as well as this banner right here. And that's kind of like how I see things moving forward. But hopefully you enjoyed it regardless. We will see how it has to go. Or I guess we'll see how the timeline plays out. But just know that Trunks is coming. Just know that Heroes is coming. Know that Super Saiyan 4 Goku is coming. Know that Goku is coming. Know that Charles is coming. So if you want to save Dragon Stones, now is the time to do that. Again, I know we're getting into the World Light Celebration, so go crazy if you really want to here. But after World Light Celebration is over, we got some, bangers coming up. And it might be in your best interest to save stones if you care about those characters or not. And yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care and peace.